Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the live stream today. Thank y'all for stopping by again. We're going to have a good one today. There's a big difference between a woman being your tour guide and then it turns into a hostage situation. Well, first of all, shout out to the NTZ crew. There's Jacob Tanjay. I don't know if Michael Beach Your Life is going to be on here today, but he probably is. Thank y'all so much. All the old heads, I see King Arthur, Devon, huh? Jeffrey Chatter. Thank y'all for all your support over the years. Any new viewers and subscribers joining us for the first time today, welcome to the live stream. And anybody's going to catch this on replay. I saw the day where Israel's at war, if you want to call it war. They're going to massacre those people now, I guess. The peso is 56.7. It's staying up there. Geechee Lion's on his way to Cebu. I actually hooked him up with a homeboy of his that's from Chicago. Well, he said he's from Aurora. And I exchanged WhatsApp, and I told both of them they'll be a good match to, just hang out, have a cup of coffee, drink some, eat lunch or something. That way they won't be alone. But I came up with this topic because I got a call a couple of days ago while I was in Dumaguete, gentleman trying to get in contact with me. And I said, okay, we'll be back in San Carlos City because he wanted to come and visit me and, meet me and everything. So he arrives in San Carlos City before we do, about 2:00. We're not going to get back until about 7. And I said, okay, just get a place. And I named a couple of places and, I'll see you when I get there. So we get there and I message him. He doesn't message me back. And so the next morning I said, hey, you okay, man? And he comes up on the screen. I said, where are you? He says, I'm in Dumaguete. I said, Dumaguete? And then from that time to the rest of the conversation, he didn't say anything. It's the woman talking. She's saying everything. I said, well, when you going back? She said, he's going back such and such day at night. And everything, this lady had taken him hostage. And I could see it. Because I messaged him later. Because I said, well, why did you leave? And she said, not him, because he's sitting there looking like a statue. I said, why did you leave? She said, because we didn't want to be traveling through Gahunan at midnight. I said, midnight? You're already in San Carlos. But anyway, he's rigid, he's looking uncomfortable. I felt bad. So the next day I said, hey, did you make it back to Cebu? Are you okay? You didn't look too comfortable, man. I said, look, first of all, ditch that driver and ditch that maid. You don't need either of them. And I said, it's okay to walk away if you don't feel comfortable. So maybe like an hour later, he messaged me back. He said, Calvin, you read me like a book, man. He says, I'm over here stressing. He says, I got rid of everybody, even the woman. And guys, you can't do this, okay? You cannot let these women run anything when you get over here. You're coming too far away. Here's what you need to do. You ask the questions and let her point you in the right direction, if she can. But you can't give her the keys to the car and to let her drive, man. She's going to run it into a ditch. It's like letting a first grader run the country. It's not going to happen. And, I felt really bad for him. First of all, he had just got to the Philippines. You got to rest, man. You tell that woman, look, I'm resting for a day or two. But he was held hostage, basically. According to him, he's a great guy, man. It's the type of man you want coming over here, you know, chilling out. And if I was in Cebu, I'd be hanging out with him. But the girl ran off with some of his money, because he's, we're too, just like he said, I feel sorry for her. I said, yeah, they play on that. That's what they take advantage of that. They know that we, especially Americans, we're sympathetic. So he says he feels sorry for her. I said, look, before she ever met you, the woman was doing okay. She was getting along, because she took him back to the province, of course, and, gave her his sob story. And he fell for it. But I'm glad that I was able to rescue him, basically. Because this woman had hired a driver, she had hired a maid, she had it all set up. And I'm like, you didn't need none of that where you were. He says, how's Curly Cow? He's resting. We're just giving a chance for this medicine to work. Of course, the vets aren't open on Saturday here. Nothing's open on Saturday here, basically. Any type of offices or anything like that. Banks, anything like that. But yeah, guys, okay. I'm not talking about him, but in this situation, he was submissive. There's far too many submissive men making the trip to the Philippines. We're laying down for these women over here. Don't do it. You don't have to do it. If you do that, she's going to disrespect you. She's not going to respect you. She's looking for you to come over here and be in control. You calling the shots. You got all the damn money. Don't let them run the show. You can't do that. Let her point you in the right direction. That's all she's going to do, okay? Because there's a big difference between her being your tour guide and taking you hostage. And he was taken hostage. He's not the only one. I've had friends over here. The woman's taking them hostage. They can't go anywhere. It's like, hey, come on, let's hang out with the fellas. Can't do it. She's taking him hostage. But yeah, he said, hit that like button for Curly. Yeah, man, it hurts me, man. It really does about Curly, because Curly's only about a year and a half old. He's not supposed to be sick already, I'm thinking. Cuba says, new to the channel, like your content. Welcome, Cuba. Thank you so much. But here's the problem. She's not used to managing the situation that you're going to present to her when you get over here. If you think I'm playing, ask my buddy Eric Terry. He'll tell you, when you get over here, they don't know anything. We're giving them the benefit of the doubt. You're going to put your life in her hands, man, and you're going to mess it all up, guys. I don't know. I'm just saying that the party don't start till we get here, okay? But the first big mistake he made, and I told him, was he sent $2,000 over here a couple of days before he got here for her to manage that kind of money. That's like 100, and that would be 100 and, let's say 112,000 pesos to a woman that doesn't have a job. So did he in his mind, he thinks that things are going to turn out well. Well, it didn't. Because the minute he said, hey, where's the money? Let's go to the mall, whatever, right? She gets an attitude, jumps out of the van or whatever they were riding in, and runs off. He said, okay, well, keep running. And that's probably, I said, man, you lucky. That's all you out of is 2,000. But don't send that kind of money over here, first of all, and expect everything to go right. It's not. Okay, you are in charge. This is your vacation. It's not hers. She's coming along with you. If you want to go to Boracay, you set it up. If you, whatever you want to do, you set the damn thing up. This woman had the The van already, and see, he's thinking, you know, because I was, when I was talking to him, uh, you know, I was like, well, where'd you get the van? He's like this, stiff as a board. He's going, it's a friend of hers. And then I heard her say, that's not a friend of mine. I don't know him. Red flag. Probably was her boyfriend, or husband or something. Okay. Because he said on the way to the Airbnb, she knew every way to go. I was like, yeah, that's a red flag, dude. You know, but he got rid of her. But this is a classic case of being taken hostage. He's not the only one. They will try to do that to you when you get over here. You can't allow that to happen, man. Okay. It's something a lot of men forget to pack in their suitcase when they come over here. That's a set of balls. You know, you guys are so used to being submissive and, you know, you don't count over there. When 100 times I tell you, you're the prize. You've got the royal flush the minute you step off the plane. Okay, she's expecting you to be in charge. You know, you're the man. That's what the culture is over here. But if you lay down, she's going to run over you. No, he's not that bad, but he can eat. That damn Geechee lion can eat. Uh, Trust me, he can eat. I'll just leave it at that. Hey, Zipper Zapper says, thank you for sharing your experiences in the Philippines. I left the Philippines in 71. I live in California. I miss the Philippines, and I'm always happy to watch your vlogs. Thank you. He says, I linked up with Beats of Life and his lady last night and burned the midnight oil just starting to get out of bed. Yeah, he said he was on his way to Cebu in my last live stream. But yeah, guys, don't get taken hostage over here. There's no shame in your game when you let the woman meet you at the airport. Okay, for some of us, we need that. Remember, we talked about that. There's no shame in the game at that. But there's a big difference in letting her be the tour guide and then taking you hostage. You know, yeah, she had a driver, maid. I said, a maid? She ain't got a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out, and she done hired a maid. Of course, he's paying for everything. I never asked him what the driver was uh, charging, but he probably was getting beat like Geechee Lion was. Yeah, she was paying because he was paying for 3 hotel rooms wherever they went. You can't do this, guys. Okay. And then he says, well, Cal, I wasted money because come find out the driver and the maid, they were coming out of the same room in the morning. I said, see, they already had all this set up before you got here, that you were going to be the target. But yeah, you got to put a set of balls in the damn suitcase when you get over, before you come over here. Otherwise, man, you're going to be mincemeat. I see it all the time. The guys who really make it over here are the ones who are not afraid to stand on their own 2 feet and call some shots. Look, I've been Nino Brown for 14 years. I've never laid down over here. You don't have to. You don't have to disrespect anybody. They're expecting you. You got all the damn money. You got to bear everything. If she wants a lollipop, you got to buy it. I mean, so what in the world are you going to hand her the keys to the car so she can run it in the ditch? He gave her 112,000 pesos for a woman that doesn't even have a job. And of course, she effed it up royally. Got mad because he said, hey, where's the money? Come on, let's go shopping. And he even got to the point where he told me, he said, Cal, I told her, I said, just come on over here to the hotel with the money and we'll split it. He said, I just want to get some of my money back. I said, that's not going to happen. Jack Wolfinger, hey, thanks for the lunch, Jack. He said, good morning to you all, my friend. How's Curly doing? He's resting. We just gave him his medication. We're going to have to wait until the morning to take him to the vet. The vet's not open on Saturday. I'm following some of y'all suggestions. We've got pumpkin in here that we're going to cook, squash that, and force feed it. Hey, Kevin, he says, hey, Cal, thanks for answering my email. We're praying for Curly. Oh, you're welcome, man. You know, that's the least I can do. There's no big deal. Um, you know, your request, I'm not the right one, but I did give you a good link. And if you go to Cebu, they've got some great international schools. Excuse me. Anybody that's interested in that, Cebu has some great international schools. Actually, any of the big cities. Michael Batten says, I like your show. You're a little comedic in some of your comments, man. I don't even mean to be, but some of the stuff these guys be doing over here, man, it just be tripping me out, man. We giving these women too much credit. Get to know them. Let give them a little bit a rope. You know, don't give them the keys to the car, man. You're gonna be in trouble. Hey, Trevor Gosselin, thanks for that super sticker. Hey, Elliot Makata. He said, wow, just got in. How's your dog, bro? Curly's he's resting right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got the tune up. That's probably why he was even keeping them around as long as they did. Because she was a young girl. I think she was 19, single mother, 19 years old. But you got to be in charge, man. You cannot come over here and lay down. It's the worst thing you could do. What time is it? Travel say, you're right, Cal. A lot of men in the States are not used to being in charge in a relationship. Told my Filipino girlfriend no. They like their men being in charge because their fathers were strict. Yeah, I mean, this is what they expect you to be like. But if you're going to do all the stupid stuff that you do, there's some women over here that are waiting for you. I just told him, to keep his head up. He just met the wrong one, which is what we do. You can't come over here, first of all. Look, if you don't hear nothing else we talked about on the live stream today, stop coming over here putting all your eggs in one basket. You need to be over here dealing with 3 or 4 women because they're going to deal with 3 or 4 men online. You're coming 8,000 miles. You can't put it all in one basket. Does that make sense to you? What happens when it goes wrong like it went wrong for him? I mean, I don't get it, guys. Don't do that to yourself. Cedric Giles says, I can't fathom that in 2023, a man with enough sense to fly to the Philippines would not have enough sense to know that sending 2,000 in advance to a person who he never met is beyond insane. Yeah, but remember, we do the craziest things, but y'all think I just be on her babbling. Y'all think I just be on her babbling and just coming up with stuff off the top of my head. I'm telling you what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing over here. There's something strange going on over here that makes grown-ass men do that kind of crazy stuff. There's no telling how much he done already sent her. But he sent her 2,000 right before he got here. And I'm like, well, why did you do that? Yeah, you got the royal flush. But what we do is we'll lay our hand down. They'll bluff us. They'll have us thinking that they've got a royal flush, a better hand than the royal flush. There is no better hand than the royal flush. Okay? That's as big as you can get. Okay? Hey, W Secrets to Success, thanks for that super chat. He said, 2 years you've told guys this. Let them fall. Yeah, I mean, I am, but it's other guys. Remember, every 6 months I get a new audience, basically. So we got to keep talking about this stuff because it's very, very important. This is your vacation or your retirement. You know, now Geechee Land, a lot of women are liking him over here, but they're older women. And he seems to like older women. But he's going to need a maid and a cook. He's going to need somebody to take care of him over here. So I just hope that he does end up with an older lady, somebody that's not going to screw him over. Yeah, yeah, TJ, wait. She got a high card of four trying to hustle your four aces. Yeah. And that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. Guys get over here to scared to death. He was sitting up there like this. I could see it. I've seen, he don't realize I've seen hundreds of men over here. I've talked to literally thousands of men face to face on that camera. And I looked at him like, dude is stressing out. What's going on? He didn't say nothing. Anything I say, the woman's answering. And that's a red flag. I was being like, shut your mouth. Let me talk. She even told, I said, when you going back home? She said it. Oh, you going back home such day at night? Well, why didn't you stay in St. Carlos? Well, we didn't want to this and that. I'm like, oh, wow. Hey, Robert Dame, thanks for that super chat. He says, she walks like an angel, talks like an angel. There's more to the story. Where did she learn that walk? Well, this one certainly has been around the the corner. She's been around the block. Even she's young. I think he said she was 19. She's been around the block. He said, weak man is a weak man. He said, damn him, um let him get railroaded. Well, see, this guy's a good guy though. He just made the cardinal sin. First of all, sending money over here, a lot of money over here, and then letting the woman run the show. You can't do that, man. Just you ask the question. Let her point you in the right direction. This is why I say I already have a itinerary somewhere that you want to go already. And then that way she don't have a whole lot. But you come over here and you put your vacation in the hands of these young women who've never taken a vacation in their whole entire life. They cannot manage the situation you present. And the train's gonna come off the tracks. Hey, worldwide traveler, Chef Kevin from Kentucky. Thanks for that Louisville shirt, man. Louisville's giving Notre Dame hell. The last I checked, he said I spent less than 2,000 and traveled to 4 islands in the Philippines. Yeah, and you didn't have a hostage taker. When you came to Sikihor and to our apartment, you were by yourself. But everybody can't do that. See, here's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know. I could be responsible, but um, men are coming over here, and they're like Mike. It's more and more men coming over here like my buddy Mike from Canada. They think that all they have to do is get on the plane, and the women are going to be laying down and with flowers and everything like that. It's easy, but it's not quite that easy. Hey, W Secrets of Success, thanks for that super chat. He said you can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink. Yeah, but a lot of this stuff, man, is common sense. These are guys who are winners over there. They should be winning over here because we're not talking about mistreating anybody. We're not talking about taking advantage of anybody. The unspoken agreement is firmly in place when you get off the plane. All you got to do is play your role. Don't overcompensate for anything. Well, this is going to be his problem. Uh, like I said, I looked out for him. I made sure he was okay here. but he damn near ate me out of house and home. You know what his last message to me was? And the mother was catering to him. What time is breakfast? I'm like, dude. I mean, Geechee Lane, he's a big man for real. He's like 6 foot, 6'1", size 14 shoes. He'll eat you out of the house and home. Oh wow, man. See, that's what I'm saying. He said, Calvin, Louisville 17-10. He said, everybody click the live button. Or the like, I mean. There's moments with Mitch. I'm going to have him on the panel Tuesday. If anybody wants to join our panel Tuesday, let me know. Now, Geechee Lane had a woman on the bus the other night. She would not get up. She was talking to him. She was really into him. She looked to be in her late 40s, maybe early 50s. That would have been perfect for him because that's what he's going to need over here. He's not going to last long over here. I took him to see that apartment, and he put it on his YouTube channel. Man, it's a nice apartment. They really have fixed these apartments up. I did the video before. It's still 10,000 too. It hasn't went up. Remember we talk about inflation, and I say, well, it doesn't affect the rent and different things like that. It affects the food, but not the rent, not the labor, and certain things like that. But this place is just sparkling clean, man. It's so nice. For 10,000, fully furnished. You got the aircon, the television, cable, Wi-Fi. If you take the cable and Wi-Fi, it's 11,000. But you can take the cable without the Wi-Fi or the Wi-Fi without the cable. But you're not going to find a better deal because it's in such a nice neighborhood. Now he can find a 10,000 peso per month apartment in Cebu or Manila, but it's not going to be in a nice neighborhood like that. He said, damn. King Arthur said, damn, he would have been better off if he would have just sent her his credit card and stayed home. He said, the idiot is born every minute. I don't believe, this guy's not an idiot, man. This guy is smart. It's just that he's naive. And they're not watching, they're watching other channels. They're not watching Man all the time, because if they were, they would know not to be that timid. These women over here, they're so nice, they're so bashful, they're so shy. They're looking for you to lead them, but they're not going to let you take advantage. But they're looking for you to lead, and they'll follow. 53 Shades Darker, he'll tell you what I'm talking about, man. You can't let a woman run nothing over here. You're going to run something. Okay, you want to go? Okay, let's go. You can't even pay attention. He said, Patrick Blackrock P Money says, what's the reason behind him sending her the money and asking for it back? Well, he was sending it so that he would have money when he got here. It doesn't make sense to me, because this woman, like I said, she's 19 with one child. She has no job. What made him think? But she probably had a hell of a peekaboo game. That's what it was. She done got naked for him. I'm pretty sure of that. And made him think, oh, yeah, I can't wait to get there. Here, honey, here's the money. She done blew his mind online, guys. This is what happens. But y'all think I'm just up here babbling, so okay. W Secrets of Success said, at 53, I saw your interview with Sharon Lapu Lapu. You had on everything white except for the gloves. But don't be afraid to lead over here. That's all I'm saying. Mo says, Jack, I'll be back early next year, paying loud to live. Nice choice. Sockhouse Studios said, guys, you got to play broke. No, don't do that. They're not stupid. They know you're not broke. and they don't want you, you don't have to be cheap over here, but you certainly don't want to be stupid. But no, no, no. Don't play broke because they all want somebody with money. They all want somebody who can take them to the promised land. They all looking for Moses over here. Sock House Studios. Okay. Don't cheat yourself. Remember, treat yourself. You're in the Philippines. It's not cheap, but it's cheaper than where you're coming from. That 2,000, he's only gonna be here for 2 weeks. He could have balled out with that. The 2,000 plus he's already paid for his hotels and stuff. He could have balled out of control for 2 weeks over here. But now he's got to start from scratch because she done ran off. She basically hit the lottery. It's basically what she did. She'll never see that kind of money at one time. 112,000 pesos? But no, don't do this, guys. Don't come over being cheap. The Philippines is the worst place on the planet to be cheap. I put a video out on my Patreon, man. The struggle's real over here. I'm sorry. The struggle is real over here. The woman sees you doing that, right? And she's gonna be looking for somebody else. Yeah, she's gonna be looking for somebody else. It's a game being played over here. That's Michael Onstad. You think he got that pretty little wife? Thanks for the super chat, Michael Onstad. If he didn't have some money, nope. Sorry. He knows. He says only a 30-day waiting period for heart attack, strokes, and cancer. Wow, that's pretty good. Now, Michael Onstad, he's the insurance agent, the health insurance agent, the expert really on insurance over here. This is the guy to see. Now, I don't endorse him. He's just a fellow insurance man, so I'm referring him. He's got a Facebook page. It's called Healthcare in the Philippines. And he answers all your questions. He can help you with different insurance, mostly Pacific Cross. But, he's legitimate. When I met him, it was 32 years, so I guess it's 34 years in the business. I'm retired. If I can answer a simple question, I will, but I'm not doing research and all that for you. He will. Yeah, Al, don't be a cheap Charlie. Don't do it. Don't act broke over here. That's the last thing you want to do. Yeah, she basically hit the lottery, man. It's a lot of money. Do y'all want me to call Merlin in here and tell y'all again that 10,000 pesos at one time in her hand is a lot of money? Why don't y'all believe me? She said it. I didn't say it. That's a tremendous amount of money over here at one time because, to have it in their hand. To say, okay, the bills is paid and everything, that this 10,000 is for me. Man, it's a lot of people over there that can't say that. Xavier Allen said, sending a child that kind of money, yeah. As the saying goes, a fool and his money, well, you know the rest. Yeah, I feel sorry for him because he's a good guy. He's really a great guy, to be honest with you. He's just naive, like a lot of us that come over here for the first time. We're not used to dealing with these young, attractive women, so we overcompensate. Yeah, he says soon part. Well, yeah, it is a month's salary, but even then, they're not going to have it in their hand because it's already spent by the time they get it. Now, he's sending her 112,000 pesos, man. Why would you do that? There's no reason. But I know why. Because she done took them clothes off on the camera for him and it freaked him out. He probably haven't seen a 19-year-old naked at all. Now, it wasn't Geechee lying. Love the Philippines said Powerball Lotto drawing in America is taking place tonight. Yeah, somebody's going to win, but you got to be in it to win it. He said, are there any sincere women over there? There's millions of them. The women aren't the problem. Love the Philippines. We're the problem. You can't put anything on the Filipina over here. The very man, they call them scammers, but they're really not scammers. They just take your money and run off. The money that you give them. But they're few and far between. Of course, they're all sincere, but they're not stupid either. You're the problem, not the women. You know, you come in over here buying houses and lots for what? Well, the thing is, they're going to take what you give them and run with that. And that's what's going on. See, you got to have a set of balls over here, man. If you don't, man, your goose is cooked. Your goose is cooked. Hey, Speed 00733. He said, hey, Cal, finally got you live. Thanks for joining us, man. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, your goose is cooked. King Arthur said, Mike Onstead, is your insurance paid up? Now, he's got health insurance. Yeah, but you can't be a cheap Charlie over here. They're going to run from that. Moments with Mitch says, if people would listen to Calvin about the peso economy, it would make life so much easier. It's the best thing I've learned so far. It is. You have to do the $1 to 1 peso ratio when you're talking about giving a woman some money or giving anybody some money, tipping or anything like that. We're not talking about the exchange rate. We're talking about the degree of difficulty. It's the same degree of difficulty for somebody in the United States to come up with $1 as it is somebody in the Philippines to come up with a peso. You know how easy it is? You could just go to practically anybody on the street begging in America, they're going to give you $1. Same thing over here. So 10 pesos, $10. 100 pesos, $100. So it's the degree of difficulty, guys. 1,000 pesos. You know how hard it is? It's the same degree of difficulty for somebody on the street to come up with 1,000 pesos as it is for you to come up with $1,000 over there. Okay, you probably have to work all week. And that's what they're going to have to do. So if you just keep that in your mind when you talk about sending women money or something like that, it's going to save you a ton of money. You're not going to overspend. You're not going to overcompensate. Sending a woman 1,000 pesos over here who doesn't work, even if she works, it's the same as giving a woman in the United States $1,000. Why would you do that? You wouldn't do it. So why are you doing it over here? You're giving them millions. No, he said he didn't get it. He's not. He doesn't seem interested. Geechee Lion is. He's his own man. He's in his own world, but he just doesn't seem interested in women really right now. Maybe that's later on down the line, but right now it just doesn't seem like he's interested for real. And that probably going to save his ass for real. I mean, imagine a man coming over and not even interested in the women over here. So that's going to save Geechee Lion a lot of money. Jam Silver says, can't believe men are still giving away their hard-earned money. It's only over here because they're buying into a fantasy when they're online, and it's a fantasy. But when you get here, it's reality. You're going to see it's okay. It's reality. The money that you're sending over here, you're going to need it when you get over here. There's no need for you to send it already. That's just the bottom line. But, guys, Abel's Journey, I'm sorry. He said, thank you, Calvin. You break it down so well that I don't feel sorry for dudes who get played. Because it's that Western mindset that people always get on me for talking about. Well, that's all I know. No, it's not. Not if you're watching and paying attention to these videos. You don't have to take everything I say and run with it. But when it comes to money, you can take that to the bank. If you send a woman 5,000 pesos over here, it's like giving a woman in America $5,000. Try to see how hard it is when you get over here for a woman to come up with 5,000 pesos. It's extremely hard. It's like one of my daughters trying to come up with 5,000 over there. It's extremely hard. But guess what we'll do? We'll send a woman 112,000 over here like he did, or 20 million, or spend millions and millions of pesos on women over here, building houses, buying lots, that the minute that you are not on the scene anymore, they have to sell. They cannot maintain it. It's like throwing your money away. You're trying, oh, I feel sorry for them. I'm trying to be, the Superman. You're a damn fool for doing that. Yeah, he said, shit. Try to get a woman to come up with 5,000 over here, same thing. That's right. That's exactly what I'm saying. But we don't think about that. The minute these young women start doing this peekaboo online, because they're doing it. You can't tell me they're not. I've been through all of that. You know, they want to get you to commit online. They're not waiting for you to get over here. They want your commitment now, especially with the money. Then they want to make sure that I got him. I'm not going to worry about him coming over fooling with anybody else. So I'm going to do everything now. Well, it's not. There's so many good women online. You just got to get out of your own way. Just use your common sense. If you're coming over here, this is why I suggested go online. If you're gonna go online, because most of the men over here, myself included, they meet their women online. Okay, so you're going online. Don't go online if you're a year out. You're setting yourself up. You're gonna become emotionally involved. You're gonna send money. Okay, go on there about a week. Okay, before you get over here. You think, oh, that's too soon. No, it's not. They're sitting there waiting for you to hit the damn notification bell. Man, I mean, thanks, Dimitri, living the dream for that super chat. He said simps would just continue to simp. Yeah, you can't, you tell them over and over and over, just get online 1 week before you get here. There are literally hundreds of good women sitting online right now, waiting for you to hit the notification bell. You say, hey, okay, I'm coming over there. I'll be over there such and such a time. You won't have to spend any money. You won't have to send any money and put the woman in layaway like Jacob Tanjay said. We're trying to put these women on reserve. You can't do it because it's first come, first serve. Remember, I told you. That's why I'm here. Okay, with Maryland. She's dealing with 3 already, but y'all won't listen. And you know how Marilyn is about as good of a woman as I've ever met in my life. But that don't mean she wasn't talking with 3 men, because she's not stupid. I want a man that's going to get over here, that's serious. Okay? So to the man love in the Philippines says, any sincere women, absolutely they're sincere. But they don't want a cheap Charlie. They don't want some guy that's going to keep filling their head with dreams. Oh, I'm coming, and never come. You're so far out. Oh, I'll be there next year. They don't want to hear that, man. They don't want to hear that. What they want to hear is I'm on my way. You meet me in Manila. Meet me in Cebu. Oh, I'm already here. Come on over here to Ayala Mall. It's on. Hey, Trevor Gosselin, thanks for that super chat. He said, how much would you recommend to bring for a 1 month vacation if you want to ball out the whole month? This is a hard question, but I always throw out 1,000 a week if you can afford it. But here's the real thing, Trevor. If it's your first time in the Philippines, because there'll never be another time like your first time. This is the best time. Bring as much money as you can afford and stay as long as you can. But to ball out for 1 month, man, now I'm talking about money that you got in your hand. You already got your Airbnb and your accommodation set up. Okay, now we're talking about spending money, 3,000 to 4,000, man, and you're gonna ball out of control. You can go anywhere. Hey, across Canada, it says, how you doing? I want to come to challenge you on the walk to your next destination. Oh, man, that's going to be a while. I'm going to tell you something. I'm just now really recovering from that walk. You know, there's still things going on with my body that I know is a direct result of that walk. I mean, it kicked my butt. I haven't heard from my buddy Steve. I hope he's all right. I'm going to check on him today because he jumped out there with some Unitop sneakers right out of the damn hospital and damn near killed himself. You know. Well, we haven't. He says, Burkhoff says, Cal will be there the second week of November. Have you planned a meet and greet for November? No, because it's probably going to be in English City because I had to cancel the meet and greet for English City October 28th. And I want to apologize, but here's what happened. Back in July, we decided to co-sponsor the bodybuilding contest. Well, hell, it's right there in the same, maybe a day or two later than the meet and greet. It was impossible. I wasn't going to be able to make it. And I've got all this money tied up, you know, with prize money, trophies, medals. They're going to donate the ballroom to allow us to use that for free. And Marilyn reminded me yesterday, she said, how are you going to do that? It's impossible. So I had to cancel that. I'm going to reschedule. It'll probably be sometime in November. But the fiesta, if you're in St. Carlos City, the first week of November, man, it's party central. And I put on my community page, they're having an all-night party from 7 at night to 7 in the morning. It's only 150 pesos. Trust me, that place is going to be packed. You talking about meeting women, and they're going to sit there and be in there dancing to that music the whole night, drinking and having a good time. Oh, man, you here already, Mike. He says, hey, Cal, what's going on? Having a great time in Digo City, the Val del Sur. I'll be in your area next week. Come on, man. Now, were you here when the earthquake hit, Mike? You know, the earthquake that hit over there, 6.7 on the Richter scale. Oh, okay. Across Canada says, I walked from Louisville to Elizabethtown. That's a nice walk. I walked from Louisville to Lexington in 2005. This was a little bit further. This was actually 102 miles, but that last day, man, you know, Steve, we walked 11 and a half hours. And I still got bruises on my heels. They haven't went away yet. Oh, wow. Is that the end of the game or just the score right now? He said Louisville 17, Notre Dame 13. See, a lot of these great sports stories aren't getting any coverage because they're covering Dion. Are they winning? They should be, you know, if they're any good, they should beat that damn Arizona State. I was thinking of Arizona last week, but doesn't it looks like they're going head to head right now. The Arizona State's 1-4. Jeffrey Taylor says, is Robert the same man ever leaving the U.S. and win? See, this is what I tell Robert. I said, look, man, don't be on there dealing with the women because, you know, Robert's a seasoned traveler, though. And, you know, he's not, you know, he jokes around and stuff, but he's really brilliant in his thinking. But when it comes to these women over here, Jeffrey, I'm going to tell you, they take their brains out and throw them on the damn ground. They just start doing crazy stuff. And, you know, I'm just telling him, like, hey, man, slow down. I always ask him, you know, what's your timeline when you're getting over here? And all you got to do is get online, guys, about a week before you come. When the first time I came here in 2009, I got online 2 days, either the day before or 2 days before. And the only reason I did it because I'm in a chat room at that time. There was no YouTube, a lot of YouTube channels and stuff. I didn't know about them. And that's what the guy said. He said, hey, if you go into the Philippines, man, you need to get on one of these dating sites and meet somebody since you're going way over there. So I just got on cebuana.com and I met two women. And I ended up meeting both of them. One of them was waiting at the airport with the sign. It didn't work out. So I got with the 41-year-old. But this is why I tell you, don't put your eggs in one basket. The only thing, well, the two things that I got right when I came to the Philippines, because everything else I did was wrong. I did no research. I knew nothing about where I was coming to this country. Was I flew into Cebu and I met two women, not one. I met two. And the second one turned out to be a gem. She was a tour guide. It wasn't a hostage situation. I was in control. She followed me. She was pointing me in the right direction. I said, I want to go to the beach. I want to stay by the beach. So we went to Tamboli Beach Resort because I had all the money. I mean, why would she never even made any suggestions but one. She took me to the seafood place in Naga City. That's it. Tom Cook said, better looking online because even in the bars, they're very shy. 99%, you must make the first move. Yeah, that's how it is. So if you come over here and you're going to try to be bashful, it's going to be an awkward situation. I'm bashful and shy, but not when it comes to Filipinos because they're so bashful and they're so shy. They're looking for you to make the first move to say, hey, look, we're going here or we're going there. You know, that's why if you meet them a week before, you start talking to them, say, look, I'm going to be in Boracay. If you want to go with me, let me know now. Okay. And, you know, they'll tell you, okay, I'm going. So that lets you know right now, okay, the unspoken agreement is there. She knows and you know that you're not going to sleep in the same bed. Okay. And nothing happens. And she knows that she can't go to Boracay unless you pay for it. Okay. If she wants to eat a piece of lumpia, you got to buy it. You see, I thought Geechee Line was going to marry Filipina Pete. Now, his heart is broken with that because he knows now that she's with somebody. She ain't looking at him. You know, but Geechee Line is a good guy. He's got good intentions, but he's really in a world of his own. You know, he's over here, you know, for whatever reason, he's over here. I don't think anything that I'm telling him he's listening to. And that's real talk right there. I think it's just going in one ear and out the other. Because he just doesn't seem like he's interested in women at all. Okay, because I've tried a couple of times. I mean, okay, you know, I'm Sunshine Shows in St. Carlos, okay. The women know me, so we go around to the store. There's two young women in there, young for us, because I guess one of them's probably in her late 20s, one probably early 30s. And I just asked the lady, I said, yeah, I said, are you married? And she said, no, I'm not married. And I said, well, he's not married either, right? And I mean, this woman's beautiful smile, you know, nice body and everything. He couldn't finish the deal. He's, you know, I don't know. He's just his own man. And it's been a couple of situations like that. But he'll flirt, but it's at the wrong place at the wrong time when he does it. 53 Shades Darker said, guys, if you're over there, stop sending your money to these girls if you don't know nothing about them yet. It's okay if you know them a little. Not all will play you, but there are some. Yeah, the Filipina is not going to play you. You're going to play yourself. She's not going to ask you for anything. Okay, it's just facts. Jeffrey Tatter, thanks for that super chat. It's my buddy from Okinawa, man. This guy's been around a long time supporter. He hooked me up with Mr. Lee. I'll never forget that, Jeffrey, man, as long as I live, when I went to Thailand. Because I know how you guys feel. I felt the same way going to Thailand. But here's what he did. He stepped in and helped me. And that's what I try to do with y'all. He's an expert on Thailand. Yeah, there's no telling how many times he's been there. So he said, "Here, Cal, is what you need because when you fly into Bangkok, you're not in Bangkok. You're way out somewhere from Bangkok, maybe 26 or 30 kilometers away. You probably do need." And we landed at 10, like 10:30 at night. But Mr. Lee was waiting right there. Made it a whole lot better. Took us to the hotel. First thing we get up in the morning, he's there. What y'all want to do? But thanks for that super chat. He says, "Hey Cal, someone hijacked my profile name. Notice there's no profile pic." Oh, okay. Block them, man. That's not me asking them questions. Oh, okay. Wow. They still playing them stupid ass games. Okay, Colorado won, yeah. They should beat them, you know. They're about on the same level right now as Arizona State because they got the UCLA coming up. They got some hell of a games coming up. But they're gonna have to protect the quarterback. He's getting pounded, man. I don't know if he's gonna last the whole season. If Arizona State, they're 1-4, remember. If they were able to beat him up like that, man, what's UCLA gonna do? They've got a legitimate defense. They gotta protect him. Angelo Yusuf Habib, he says, "Cal, when I visit you, you're more than welcome to take me for a walk and hook me up." Well, I just was gonna do it for him just to see, just to gauge his interest. And he's over here for his music, he said. And I believe it because wherever there's a microphone, he's on it. He's not afraid to get up there and sing, But like I said, a lot of older women really like Geechee Land. Maryland's mother, but, he's not interested really. Yeah, yeah. Believe it or not, that's a fair comparison as far as it. But at least Mike was, he was wanting women. He just couldn't talk to them. He was just he was just so far out there. But at least he did hard bar girl. Mike did. She stole 7,000 pesos from him, which in her case was stupid because he had all that money. Hell, he was paying 100,000 pesos a month for his condominium in Cebu. I'm like, wow. Moments with Mitch said 500 pesos is a lot to them. It's a day's pay for many men in dangerous jobs. Yeah, well, I don't really know. I'm not a healthcare professional or anything. It just seems that he's in his own world. It's like, you know, but he's a great guy, guys. Don't get me wrong. He's really, really is a kind man with kind heart. He's just in his own world, man. Hey, Robert Dame, thanks for that super chat. He said, "I'm not the sign man. I'm the sign guy. The sooner the better, Jeffrey." Yeah, if y'all see that Jeffrey Tatter fake profile, let me know, man. Let me get rid of that. I thought that kind of stuff uh was they stopped doing that. Let's see. Mr. Most Scientific says, "Oh, aloha, man. Colorado needs some hogs for the O line. Yeah, and D line too. But what makes me a lot of these broadcasters, because they're ex-athletes, they're losing credibility with me because they know that Colorado's not that good. Instead of just lauding Dion for the great job that they are doing, they're going over the top. And they know that he needs an O line. They know he needs a D line. They know that you know this is his first year, and they're probably not as good as what they're making him out to be. So they've lost at that damn Keyshawn Johnson. I can't even watch him. He's so pitiful. I'm like, Dude, ain't nobody out to get Dion. Well, they don't have to. Do you know how hard it is to win on that Power Five level? You don't need to conspire against anybody. Hell, look, you see today they played the 1-4. Both of them teams were looking for their first Pac-12 win. Yeah, we really don't know. He said Geechee might not want a woman, but a lady boy, who knows? Well, he was married for 29 years. So, I think he's interested in women, but he just doesn't, I can't put my finger on it. I can't explain it. It's just, he's just not interested. And I've never seen that before, but I know this for a fact. Yeah, he said, yeah, that was someone else using a pictureless profile, man. Yeah, I'll get him. Okay, it's done. Thank you, Jacob. Yeah, you can lead a horse a while, but you can't make them drink. Yeah, but we got to keep talking about it because I'm going to tell you something. We're losing ground over here. We're losing ground. I see the difference. It's like night and day from when I came over here in 2009 to now. I mean, it's just, we're losing ground. That's the only way I can tell you. It's not like it used to be. A house and a lot, man. Women is expecting that now. I remember when you could give a woman, hell, 2,000 pesos, man. She was happy as a lark. 2 or 3,000 now. Yeah, they want 20 and 40 and 100 because we've done that to ourselves. You say a good firm no, and look, I'm in charge. Look, lady, I'm going to take care of you. I'm not going to mistreat you. I'm not going to let anything happen to you. But you need to sit over there and be quiet. I'm on my vacation. I've already, listen, guys, and I'm going to go on record as saying this. Dating the Philippines has the most expensive first date probably on this planet. All the money and stuff you have to spend just to come over here and go out on a date with your woman for the first time. It's the most expensive first date. You're paying all that money for the ticket. You got to get the hotel. You're paying for all the food and everything. You're paying for all of it. It's the most expensive first date. So you better know what you're doing. And then you've already sending money over here before that. That's why I'm telling you, it can get expensive if you're stupid. And we've lost a lot of ground, man. I'm gonna tell you how ignorant we are, okay? Y'all heard about the dreamer in my situation, right? Well, two of my subscribers, they saw the dreamer, right? They both wanted her. One was a black man and one was a white man. Okay, so it's not a racist thing, right? The black guy, he goes behind my back and tells her, oh, you deserve better. He's with Merle and everything like that. And here's a guy who I met him down in Zamboanga, see, and, showed him around and everything, brought him back to Dumaguete and to Sikiho and all that. And this is how he acted, right? There's no telling how much money he was probably um, offering her and saying, hey, uh, I want a woman just like you, because she was telling me everything. Okay. There's the white guy. Yet he gave her 20,000 pesos. I'm like, I never confronted him about it. I'm like, why would, but I'm saying to myself, why would you do that? You know, but this is the stupid stuff we do. And then when you come on here, um, and you talk about it, people don't want to listen. So I don't know. I got to keep talking about it. But y'all thirsty, man. Sammy Davis was right. He said, Cal, you don't have any friends on social media. You think you do. I mean, this guy, man, he pissed me off, really, the dude, the black guy. He's trying to court the girl, because he sees, oh, okay, well, he knows my situation. So, I can get her. No, you can't. And you didn't have no business doing that. Okay, it was tasteless. He hasn't contacted me since because he knows that I know now. It's just weak, man. You can't be that weak and come over here. You don't have to do that. You know. Hey TJ, thanks for that super chat. He said, I feel like the chat is taking the Geechee line jokes a bit into slander. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of y'all ain't been over here yet. Don't presume you can't get got to. Geechee hasn't even gotten got, but you're right. That's why I'm trying to be as honest as I can and kind of stay away from that because he's really a great guy, guys. He's his own man. At least he is here. That's what I'm saying. That's a great point. But I'm just saying it just doesn't seem he's got his own plan. And people like that usually come out okay, but he's certainly not interested in women because he's been here long enough, almost a month now. If he wanted a woman, he could have had one. But evidently, he's just that's not a priority for him yet. Alexander, never, man. Well, like I said, he was married for so long. Maybe, and who knows? We don't know the particulars of his divorce. Maybe it hurt him. Maybe he's afraid to love. Maybe he's gun shy, but whatever it is, there's women out here who are interested in him. And I was just giving him some suggestions and said, hey, whenever you settle down, make sure you get you a maid and a cook. One person. So, that way you won't have to worry about any of that. It's going to save you some money over here. But don't get taken hostage. Yeah, yeah. These guys, but you have to understand, they come over here, they think they can have any woman. It's not true. You got to have some type of conversation, some type of persuasion. You have to have some type of personality. Filipinos, even though they're shy, they're full of personality. They don't meet any strangers. And you'll see it the minute you get in a taxi cab. She's going to act like she's been knowing that guy forever. But yeah, I mean, I'm just shocked, because I'm like, you know, I don't know. It's crazy because okay, the white guy, he wanted the dreamer, but the dreamer had hooked him up twice with two young women. He couldn't close the deal. Thomas Marshall said some guys think they can buy love in the Philippines. We all do. But what's love got to do with it? These women don't love you when you first meet them. They don't trust us. It takes a long time, man. S1 Philly Vibe said, hey, Cal, what's the difference between being happy with a young Filipino and an older Filipino when in a relationship? Not a lot, really. They have a thick culture. You just have a different face and a different body, but, you're going to get the same culture. They eat the same foods. They like the same songs and all of that stuff, right? But meeting the right woman over here is going to make all the difference in the world on your time over here, whether you're here 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, or the rest of your life. But we want to pull the trigger so fast. We don't want to take our time. Like we're literally like a kid in a candy store. But that's the least you have to worry about. If you ever just get that information into your head, you're going to be fine. They're literally sitting there right now. I can go on the dating site right now and pull a stunner because I know what to do. I know what to look for. But they're sitting there waiting. What we do, we're all punching on the same profile because the woman's got all the nice looking pictures, maybe the bikini and all this and all that. You're not going to get them women. They're not even on there for you to get, to be got. They're there for the money. You pick the plain women, the ones who just look like They just came from work, sitting there, and they just look plain because they're gonna look better in person. You click on their profile, she's gonna get home and be happy, like, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, Colorado won, yeah. It was a good road win for them. I don't think, I don't really know what Geechee Land's looking for, and it's none of my business really. I just know that he's had enough sense to get over here. He said he was coming. He had a plan. He said, Cal, when I started dealing with Geechee Land was I guess about a year and a half ago. And he had a plan. And he said, I'm going to retire X amount of day and then I'm coming over. I knew he was coming over for a long time. I knew the date he was coming over and everything. He said, Cal, don't forget to tell them not to sleep with the maid or cook. It's a formula for disaster. Some people need that. He's gonna be one. He's one that's gonna actually need that. He said, go for the six. He said Geechee Dan says big love people interested in Geechee Land because they saw Calvin interview with him. He's a very interesting guy, especially when he started singing. Yeah, he is an interesting guy. Well, I just got one child here, Booby. But I've got three altogether. Two of my sons live in America. Yeah, he's gonna be okay because he's the type of guy. He's probably gonna meet a stunner. She's probably gonna be an older stunner, but he's gonna meet one. He said, whatever you do, don't sleep with the maid or cook because he seems so innocent. But it's. I never thought I was gonna have any children over here. But women here, they're so different. They're so fertile. Remember, you can just blow on them and they'll get pregnant. So be careful. I didn't think I could. I didn't think matter of fact, I thought my equipment had stopped until I got over here. I thought it was broke, but it wasn't. Yeah, W Secrets of Success said if Geechee Lang gets a cook, she better know how to make pancakes or she'll kiss hell. Yeah, that was funny when he gave that review of Mawani's breakfast buffet. He said they didn't even have pancakes. I'm used to having pancakes in my buffet, and the people sitting there watching the video. It was funny though. Yeah, he wanted them pancakes. Paul S says, I live in Australia and don't want to retire overseas. I don't want an Australian woman, and I'm curious if people think it is a good idea to bring a Filipino home. I know it is not a popular idea. Well, most of the women that I've met over there, they seem to have adjusted. Well, in America, okay, they seem to adjust it pretty good. But there's always going to be a horror story. What's going to happen, Paul, is she's going to lose a lot of the innocent qualities that you fell in love with. She may look the same and everything like that, but she's going to lose a lot of that innocence. And, they're so naive when they come over here. And then the minute you take them to the West, like Australia, they're going to start hooking up with other Filipinos. And then, you may not be, all it takes is one friend to say, oh, you with that old man. We're not doing that anymore. I ran off from my husband when I got over here. Look who I'm with now. The blonde hair, blue eyed, 33-year-old. Yeah, he said I thought it was broke, but it wasn't. Yeah, that's real talk. Because I wasn't turned on by my wife. She probably wasn't turned on by me. I certainly wasn't turned on. We was going through the motions, man. And then if I try to beg her for something special, that's like pulling teeth, man. And yeah, you get that on your birthday or the anniversary or something, man. You know, you just get tired of that. But you come over here and it's like a natural Viagra. But yeah, I would. There's a lot of men you can talk to who say they had a positive experience. I really did, to be honest with you. I just didn't understand. You know, I didn't know that my wife had fallen in love with America the way that she had. We don't. I couldn't gauge. I didn't take the time to gauge how much she wanted to get away from here. But she was so young. You know, it wasn't like me trying to get away from America and the rat race. I'd been living there for 55 years. She was still in her 30s. She was in her 20s when I brought her to America, you know, but I couldn't gauge how bad she wanted to leave. And and that was really the downfall because we came back and 6 months she was ready to go back home, but I wasn't. That's the only thing that happened. She didn't run off. We were together for 10 years. She didn't play around. She didn't do anything. She gained a little weight, well, a lot of weight, but she basically didn't change, you know. Um, so you know, it's a the video I did tells you the risk involved when you bring the woman back home. Okay, it doesn't say. I know the title says don't bring your Filipino wife or girlfriend back home. I said stop. It says stop. Don't bring your Filipino wife or girlfriend home. What I'm talking about is the risk that you run because now you're going to know who you marry or who you're with, and you're going to know real quick. It's not going to take long. Um, it's not going to take long, guys, to figure that out. Is she really into you or is she a runner? Because they got some runners. There's a brother in Jacksonville, Florida, to tell you. This woman ran from him. The minute she got that green card, he hasn't seen her since. He married her here. That's the difference between a spousal visa and a K1. At least the K1, you got 90 days, you can watch her. If you want to run off, yeah, go ahead and run off, but you don't have a visa. You don't have a green card, you don't have nothing. But when you marry them and they come over here, that green card's going to be waiting in the mail when she gets there. And that's the big difference. Who is this? If this isn't Jacob Time J right here, is it? Yeah, yeah, they are. Let me get, let's make sure. Yeah, I'm getting rid of this. No, that's not the real Jacob Tanjay. See, there's the real Jacob Tanjay right here. He's a positive guy. He would never say anything like that. Okay, let's see. Who is this? Danny? Oh wow, it's my buddy Danny. Let's see. Thanks for the super chat, Danny. And congratulations, man. It's a nice looking um, guest house he built down in Val. Is that Del Norte or Del Sur, Danny, where you are? He built the house, then he built the guest house. So whenever he's there, anybody in that area. Now, did your wife get hit? Did your girlfriend get hit by that um, earthquake? Thanks for that super chase. Said, hey, Cal, I resume running on that hamster wheel tomorrow. Sucks having to return to the U.S., but it is what it is. Won't be returning again till next year unless I land a windfall. 2024 could possibly be my retirement plan. Now, see, this is the guy who, I don't know if you do videos on long distance relationships, Danny, but you should. You would be an expert on it. You know, I know your life over here. You really have a long distance relationship, man. I don't know how you do it, really. I mean, to be in her arms and then now you got to go back and now you said next year, which is only a couple of more months, but you know, it's hard, man. It's hard to do. But you are putting your plan together, man. You putting your steps in order. So it's not going to be long. Yeah, I got rid of him. But yeah, he would be, you could be the uh, perfect one to make that long distance relationship video because a lot of these people who are making these long distance relationships, they haven't been together. They'll meet one time and then they'll go home and say, "Oh, I'm in a long distance relationship." No, when you come over here, you build a damn house, you got a relationship, y'all been together 4 or 5 years, you going back and forth over a certain period of time. That's a long distance relationship. Al Rogan said Calvin's under attack. Yeah, but they don't know who they're dealing with, Al. Thanks for that super chat. That kind of stuff, they need more than that to run me away. Hell, I've already been threatened with a slander lawsuit. Imagine that. Yeah, TJ said, imagine having so few things going on in life that you're just looking up people in the live chat to pretend to be. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Hey, thank you, Ronald. Welcome to the chat, man, and thanks for your support. Yeah, he said they got nothing else to do. Like, damn, I know your life is depressing as hell. Whatever keeps you from offing yourself, I guess. Yeah. It really is grown ass men doing that. You know, they're getting their little 2 or 3 minutes of fame. Al says, is it okay to build a nipple hut? It is. You can buy a nipple hut already put together. They're about, depending on what you want and how big it is, you can get them for as little as about 25,000 all the way up to about 40,000 that I've seen. They're already built. You just bring it and put it on your land. It's really just like you have like a little porch and then that one room. But the only thing about building those nipple huts, they attract those big geckos. Them things are ugly, man. I mean, they're not gonna bother you, but they'll scare the hell out of you. Yeah, it is miserable. You know, people are miserable, man, you know. Okay, 3 minutes left in the Louisville game. What's the score, Sammy? Yeah, Curly. Tonsa says, so if a U.S. henpecked husband only dated his Filipino wife who is married to a Filipino U.S. citizen, takes her man from the west to the fields, would he run off? Probably. You know, I'm telling you that one of the toughest things that you are going to have to deal with over here is that roving eye. You know, that's what messed up a lot of the relationships I had. I mean, all the women I've ever dealt with would have made great wives, including my wife. But I had a roving eye. You have to get over that because you're always thinking, well, there's always something else better out there. Or if I could get her this easy, what else is out there? See, I learned my lesson with that. But yeah, you're right. He may run off. And that happens all the time. See, we always put it on the Filipino. We never talk about our actions over here. It's some scumbags over here, man. That's what Marilyn was talking about. The men who come over here and take advantage of the Filipina. I still say there's more Filipinos who take advantage of us because we help them and they do the same thing, but I think it's more of them because a lot of guys who come over here are like Geechee and people like that, Mike and the others. They're not even trying to take advantage of anybody. But yeah, that roving eye get you in trouble over here. That's what happened. Brock's 100 national parks are visiting USA said, can you hire a private investigator to check out your Filipino? Yeah, but it'd be a waste of money, man. It's not that serious. You can check her out once you get over here. You know, so save that money. I mean, they don't live complicated lives. The people here are very simple. The women are real simple. Why would you hire a private investigator to literally find out, okay, yeah, she's got a boyfriend or she's got 2 kids or something like that that you could easily find out the first couple of times you're over here. But what we try to do is we try to come over here and get lucky on the first time. We're trying to get something for nothing. If I'm a guy and I'm really looking for a wife or a serious partner, right? Whether I'm going to stay here or go there, I'm going to have to come back a couple of times at least. I'm going to have to come, but you can't do it the first time. If you do, it's like hitting the lottery. Wow, Louisville won. Oh my God, it's crazy. Yeah, yeah, I am. To be honest with you, I really am. Now, see, this man Jeff Brom is doing just a heck of a coaching job at U of L. He's 6-0 now. No one expected this. But nobody's even talking about him because they're talking about Dion's 4-2 team. That, is literally probably going to end up being something like 5-7 or 6-6 if they're lucky. Yeah, Louisville got it. Crazy, man. I never thought Louisville would beat them. Frankie says any laws changing to benefit foreigners with boom boom markers such as land or marriage? Not that I've heard of. Well, safety is I always tell people I'm safe, because I don't know you. I don't know where you going. I don't know who you hang around with, what you're into. But safety has never been a concern for me over here. I mean, I don't know where you're from, but if you're from America, I mean, we're the ones who have the nerve to say, is it safe in the Philippines? Remember, there's a crime rate for foreigners and there's a crime rate for locals. And it's the same way in America. The crime rate for Americans is much higher than it is for foreign visitors just coming over there. Yeah, Curly's doing good. Well, about as good as he can be expected. We're just trying some of these. We got some antibiotics we're taking. We got squash in there. Just taking some of the suggestions y'all gave me in the comments under that video. Now it's just a matter of seeing if it's going to help because they were closed yesterday. A lot of things closed in the Philippines on Saturday. The banks aren't open. Yeah, but it's going to be under certain conditions, man. It's going to be, I'm not going to practice Philippine law without a license. But it's not as simple as what these videos I'm making them, guys. They're just getting clicks. That's all they're doing. Okay? Right now, it's not going to resemble anything like what happens in America. It's not that clear cut yet. It's far from that. But people, they're so desperate for for clicks, that they make those videos. They're not lawyers. Don't look at stuff like that unless it's a lawyer that's talking about it. Why would I sit up here and talk about Filipino divorce? You know what they're doing? They're reading whatever it is on Yahoo or whatever it is, and they're coming and making a video out of it. It's not, you can do that. Just go read it on YouTube. I mean, on Yahoo or somewhere, Inquirer.net, Manila Times or something. That's all they're doing. They don't know any more, guys, than I do about that stuff. They're not lawyers. That's why I don't make videos like that. I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand the laws over here. But they do that kind of stuff. Yeah. This is the world we live in. Just so they can come over here and marry marry the married woman that they're dealing with. Imagine coming to the Philippines dealing with a married woman. All these women over here, and you want to deal with a married woman. That's the ones who are on the edge of their seats waiting for this to be passed. Yeah, he said it's hard to get married over here. So what makes you think it's going to they're going to allow divorce so quick? Yeah, I mean, they just want to come over here. So many guys over here that I know, you would be shocked, who are with married women. I'm like, why are you with a married woman? First of all, you know, it's not like she can get a divorce. It's not like me. I can go get a divorce anytime I want to. All I got to do is get on the plane and do it. They can't do it. So why would you want to do it? And then people are going so far as buying these married women, look at boo, houses and lots, knowing that the husband is liable, to come back and place a claim on that. Unless you put it in somebody else's name, you don't want to do all of that. Yeah, because they want to marry the divorced woman that they're dating. So many of them. It's been people, so many come over my house. You come to find out, yeah, she's married, and and I'm like, do you realize how much it costs uh, to get and how long it takes for you to get an annulment over here? They don't seem to know. Come on, Matthew, don't do this, okay? He says, San, thanks for the super chat. He says, San, have you seen Philippine Antics wife? Woo, fan. Come on, guys, don't bring that on my channel. We don't do that kind of stuff. Really, don't do it. Well, it's like um, why do we do a lot of the things that we do? Because some of us are just so lonely and desperate, man, that the first woman who shows any kind of interest in you, you ready to give her everything that you got. You ready to turn over everything. Okay. Whether she's married or not, some of these women are married, they're lesbians. We don't know half the background of them. I just be looking at bar girls, you know, and see, it's none of my business. And I'm never going to get in the middle of somebody's relationship and say, man, you realize she used to be a bar girl. I'm not going to do that. Because if you're happy with her, then I'm happy with her. Mookie says, hey, Cal, is opening up a barbershop in the Philippines a good idea? Well, you're going to have so much competition, man. Now, there is a guy who, if you're talking about like for black guys or you specialize in cutting black guys, that may be a good idea, but, you're just going to have a sprinkling of clients coming in and out. And Filipinos are getting to the point where they're getting better at cutting black men's hair. But you're going to have all kinds of competition. Now, once them bases get up and running, now you may have something then. He said, married women, that don't make any sense, especially with all those fine single women over there. Yeah, nothing that we do over here makes any sense. A lot of what we do over here doesn't make sense. I envy some of those guys who live by themselves, who can do it. Who don't need a woman with them. But they still date and have female companionship, but they live by themselves. Even um, there was a guy at my meet and greet. His name is David, and he's got a little young girl that he's fools with, but he put her in a boarding house, okay, which is still an upgrade from where she was living with her parents and stuff. But he has his own place. It's like, now, that way, if I want to leave and go somewhere, I don't have to, look at her long face. Hey, Jason Flint. But yeah, it's one thing, guys, to have a woman waiting for you at the airport. It's another to be held hostage. Don't come over here and be a hostage. Be in control, man. You're in charge. You drive the car. If you want a van or a driver, you do that when you get here. Don't let her do that beforehand. She doesn't know what to do. Okay. She's going to get a situation where you're going to be paying probably double what you should be paying anyway. You certainly don't need a maid when you're on vacation for her either. Yeah, Louisville 6-0. Yeah, Louisville 6-0. King Arthur said a Marine came home early from deployment, caught his wife in bed with another Marine, got his ass whipped with a crowbar. Which one got whooped? The Marine coming home or the Marine in the bed? But here's something that y'all have to understand. Bring a set of balls with you when you come over here. Okay, either put them back where they belong, where that woman over there done snatched them off, or at least put them in your damn suitcase. Have some balls when you come over here. It's okay to call some shots over here. They like that. They would rather you call the shots because they're not used to managing the circumstances you're going to present to them. You're going to say, hey, can you get me, make reservations at a resort, a nice resort? She's not going to know. Get me a van driver. She's not going to know all of that stuff. Well, just send me the money first before you get over here. It's a bad idea, guys. She's going to mess it up. We were talking about that. We had lunch with Jack Wolfanger in the Ground Zero the other day. And there was a gentleman in there. He's retired from FedEx. Nice guy. We were just talking, he was saying that his neighbor, because I asked him, I said, are you building a house here? He said, no, I'm renting. He said, but my neighbor is 65 and he's spending 85,000 to build a house. He said, I don't know why guys do that. And, because he said he could have took that money and lived for the rest of his life over here. And that's true because there's a guy, one of my subscribers, probably watching now. He was in the same situation. He's 63. He had like 225, 250,000. Sends it to the Filipina over here because she messed it up. She didn't complete the task. He could have took that money at 63, 250,000 US dollars and lived happily. I mean, for the rest of his life over here, there was no need for him to buy the big lots and build the big house and all of that. He's not married to the woman. The children aren't his. But this is what I'm saying. A lot of what we do over here doesn't make sense. We don't use our common sense. You got to think that all the way through. Why would you do that? Man, if I had $250,000 at 60 years old, I'd ride off into the sunset over here. He said, hard to fight anybody butt naked. Yeah, I wouldn't do it because, hell, if our marriage didn't work, what makes you think it's going to work with you? Some of us, we just haven't had any female companionship in so long. And, they throw it on you over here. They're going to do everything you want them to do. They'll bend over backwards, jump through hoops, run around in circles. They're going to do it all, man. And it just blows some people's minds. They've never had that before. And they say, oh, this is the one. And they pull out, you know, the bank book. He said, the Marine in the bed. It's funny because the wife had asked me to sleep with her, but I don't do married women. Yeah, that's crazy. Your husband can kill you. There were no charges, but that's the least of your worries because if they're split up, he's gone somewhere else. It's just the other stuff that you have to bring into consideration. You're never going to be able to really start a life with the woman until you get that annulment. It takes about 5 years. I had um, a friend. He's from Canada, Canadian. He's a Canadian. He's from Canada. He he owns a small private beach resort. He met his wife. She was married. He paid for the annulment and waited 5 years. If you got 5 years to wait, now they're married. I went to their wedding. Hey, Scalper Stephen. But that's what it is. They got a good peekaboo game. They set you up with that. They show you, okay, this is the appetizer right here. You're gonna get the main course when you come over here. But by that time, a lot of guys, their minds are blown already. They can't think straight. They don't even remember the flight. All they're thinking about is the woman when they get over here. Well, she got you already. Is that all I gotta do? Is bend over backwards and I got everything you got? They see that that's a good trade-off. To them, it's a good trade-off. You don't see it that way. You see it like, oh, she loved me, and look, if she didn't love me, then she wouldn't do this. And you look at it as a future together with the women. He said, LOL, you don't need the hard Filipino tour guide. Yeah, we just call him a tour guide when she meets you at the airport, TJ. That's what we're saying. Let her be your tour guide. You don't have to hire one of them expensive tour guides like Geechee Lion did for 4,000 pesos a day. But when I think about it, he needed a guide, but not for 4,000 pesos a day. Yeah, this is a fact right here. Thomas Marshall says, I'm in the process of building a 3-bedroom bungalow now. How long did it take them to build your house? Well, my house is fairly small. It only took them 3 months to build mine. It was on time. It was on budget. But that's all I had. I didn't have any more than that. It's money that I could walk away from. Remember, I'm emotionally invested with my daughter. You know, I get it if you're married, if you have children over here, but I don't get it otherwise. I don't get it otherwise. You wouldn't have to do that. I mean, you just don't. Yeah, he's got a serious retirement over here for that. He said, guys, if you come into Cebu, Moncton via airport, there's a great pizza joint and fish and chips called Giovanni. The best in Lapu Lapu is a hidden gem. Yeah, and also the Morning Glory Grill. Have you been there yet? 53 Shades Darker. Their food is good. I would highly recommend that. No, I paid 1,000,000 pesos, but that was in 2021. They started in July. We built our house during the lockdown, the pandemic. I mean, the real lockdown. Okay, now, somebody was watching and they have a house built. It looks just like my house, right? Almost, I can throw a rock and hit it from my house. And I know that's what they told that engineer. I want the same house that Calvin's got, but I'm sure it cost them more because, inflation did uh, affect, building materials and everything like that. But I'm pretty sure that's what they told him because it was a direct referral from me. They saw me walking across that field and they said, well, damn, we thought, it would be our luck if we saw you. And they said, hey, we want to build a house for our mother. She's coming back um, to uh, the Philippines. And, do you mind giving us the information to your engineer? And I did. They said they watched them build um, my house. It's a beautiful house. I mean, they do great work, man. But it just looks just like mine. Different color, few little differences, but when you see it, it's my house. Same design. You dirty puppy says my estimate of my villa I built for 5 or 6 million is now worth 8 or 9 million. Yeah, the land always comes. The land always goes up over here. Property always goes up. You see the house next to me? They want 4.5 million for that. They want 4.5 million for that. That just makes my house worth more. Because when I look at that house, the the details and the carpentry, it's not as good as the work that was done on my house. And most of the houses, if you're a foreigner, that's how you're paying for your house in cash. It's not you can't get a loan over here. You use a Filipino mortgage. You pay a little bit at a time, and once he uses that up, he'll ask you for some more. You give him what you got. Luckily, I was able to. I saved up money. Remember, I bought 17,000 over here in 2018, but most of that was gone. But I still had some money in the bank. He said, "What's the best way to sublease for Airbnb type business?" It's real simple. You just rent you a house or apartment. You, of course, talk to the landlord about it. Let them know what's going on. But I would do it in a tourist place. I would do it in a place where foreigners are coming, where tourists are coming. Cebu, Manila, the places where people are coming. Angeles City, Dumaguete, Davao. I wouldn't do it in St. Carlos City. See, because that's why the only Airbnb in St. Carlos City shut down. I mean, it's really nice, called Joy's Place, where me and Merlin stayed when we first met. It's not open anymore. She said this is not a tourist place. But I would, it's real simple, but I would make sure I talk to the landlord to let them know what you're doing. That would be the way to do it. And you're behind the scenes. No one sees you. No one knows you. They're paying all the money to Airbnb putting it in your account. Because I'm seriously thinking about once I get the hot water in this guest house, it's just putting that on Airbnb because there's none. If you look in San Carlos City for Airbnb, they're going to send you to Sapaway Island. There's a couple of places over there. That's considered San Carlos City, but it's a totally different island. It's like 8 minutes away. But over here, there are none. That would be the only one. but they got some nice cheap um, hotels here. TJ Johnson says, like, unless you're here conducting business, going to a remote town and city, or you're entirely socially inept, you will be fine with English until you meet someone who speaks Bisaya or Tagalog. You know, most people that you're going to meet, except even a lot of the tricycle drivers and taxi drivers, they'll be able to speak English. But that's really where you run into trouble, or you go into province, the deep province. Because if I go to anywhere in San Carlos City, they can speak English. But a lot of the tricycle drivers, they can't, especially listening to me because I speak too fast. So I have to slow it down. I have to look them in the eye and say, where is save more? And then they'll know. That's the same way with Messiah with me. 53 Shades Darker says, I paid 14 million and the place next door to me is selling for 31 million now. I'm going to rent these bad boys out and let my renters pay it off for me. Prices are still moving upwards. Yeah. Yeah, it would be good to rent those because, one thing about condominiums here, even, okay, we stayed in Manchester Place, I think the name of it was. And uh, it was a fairly new construction, but a lot of the ceiling tiles were missing, and the maintenance here a lot of times it just isn't there. It's just not a priority, and people are gonna look at that when they're talking about buying your unit. So yeah, the rent it, because 14 million, I'm missing something because I'm like, why do they want 14 million? That's the difference that's one big difference between Philippines and Thailand. The real estate. The real estate over here is just so expensive, man. You could get a nice condominium. When I was in Pattaya, man, they had nice condominiums for like 60,000 right on their beach road. And see, I would spend that for a condominium. I'm gonna spend 14 million. Under no circumstances would I spend that kind of money over here. Yeah, he says, at 53 Shades Darker, in the Philippines, I can buy a small island and employ the locals for that price in my place. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand, what that's all about at 14 million. Yeah, like I said, if you can come over here and offer something that the Filipino can't offer, or do something that the Filipino can't do, then why not? But for the most part, man, they've got that sold up. Real estate would be something I would look into, build some, rent some apartments out, Airbnb, sublease. But anything else, man, you're going to have competition out the wahoo. And then if you become too successful, then you could do like TJ, you could do the telemarketer thing, and even that sold up. But when you're talking about competing with the locals, man, you got to be real careful, man. And that's what I'm saying. You're taking food off their table, really. They're saying, hey, you already coming over here. You already got the strong dollar and everything like that. You already got the benefit of doubt and everything. Now you coming over here, you're going to open up a chicken wing stand right next to my chicken wing stand. Yeah, you need to be careful. He said machetes are cheap in the Philippines. Yeah, how long does that last? I mean, how long? That's what I'm saying. He said, I've looked at what 5 million would get you in Patia, and if you're not obsessed with the biggest, shiniest, newest building, there would be then be gold in them hills. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's one thing that I know it's a lot better as far as the real estate, because I don't understand the prices over here. You know, I get it. That's your place. You can own a condominium, but I can't understand where they're getting those prices from. This is what I don't get. When I went to, okay, we were staying, when we first got there, we were staying with a friend in a 2 bedroom with 70 square meters. I want to say on the 16th floor, the 19th floor. They wanted 18 million for that. And I was like, I don't get it. I do not get it. Now, if you wanted them super rich people and you say, oh, I'm going to use it as a tax write off or whatever, whatever, I don't even know how you would even recoup that kind of money. How long would that take? I'm missing something over there. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shows. I never take that for granted. But it's one thing to have a woman meet you at the airport and be a tour guide than be in a hostage situation. This guy was in a hostage situation. You don't want to do that. You come all the way over here, you spent all that money, all that time. You want to be in control of your own vacation or your own retirement. You don't let it's like letting a first grader run the country. You wouldn't do it. So why would you let a woman control your vacation? Let her point you in the right direction, but you asked all the questions. Where's Barack at? Okay, and different things like that, because you've got all the money, you know, and she's okay with coming along with you, as long as you don't try to take advantage of her or mistreat her or anything, which is not what we're saying. We're just saying that you got to stand on your own 2 feet sometimes. You got to be the man over here. It's okay to be Nino Brown over here for 2 weeks. Call the shots, man. You in charge. You got the royal flush. All you got to do is lay your hand down. You won. Okay? Because she's got a pair of deuces with a jack high at the most. If she's even got that, most of them just have a bunch of indiscriminate cards. There's no matches or nothing. You coming over here with boom and throwing down that royal flush, but we lose most of the time over here. We're losing ground over here because they're bluffing us. Okay, just say no and be ready to walk away, and you'll see. Call her bluff sometimes. Okay, because she knows now. This is what when I say we're losing ground. It used to be that maybe one, she could count on one or two foreigners, right? Coming over here seeing, being in the mix for her attention. But now it's like 10. But you still have the winning hand, because what she won't do, 10,000 other women will do, literally. Okay. So thank y'all so much. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. It's Sunday, so we go to the store on Sunday. I'm gonna get off here. The meet and greet is canceled, man. I want to apologize for English City. I scheduled it in the wrong time, man. You know, I didn't even look at the calendar, because we're already in July. We started organizing a bodybuilding contest to coincide with the fiesta here. And if you're anywhere near St. Carlos City that first week of November, man, stop in here, man. It's really a good time. Thank you to you, Dirty Puppy, for that super chat. He said, click the like button. Yeah, guys. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time.